Hi, this is Roxy Rose, and I'm back again doing some more videos. And I had taken a bit of a hiatus or a sabbatical, so to speak, and I'm back again doing some more videos. There's so many videos that are coming up, and so much information that I want to cover, and I'm so excited to be presenting these things to you. But at the same time, I don't want to overwhelm you. For those of you who are just tuning into my channel, I'm Roxy Rose. I am a late transitioner, meaning that I am a pre-op transsexual, hoping to be post-op eventually. I started my transition at 47, and this last February 2013, I turned 50. Well, for us late transitioners, we have quite a lot to deal with. Not only old age and Mother Nature trying to tear our physical forms and bodies down, at the same time we're trying to kind of put them all back together in the way they were meant to be. We also have to deal with a lot of emotional issues, and for us late transitioners, that means possibly a career. It means family, children, and it could mean a spouse. As in my case, my divorce was just final this last year. I was married for 30 years, and I have 3 beautiful daughters to show for it. So some very good things have come out of it, and I still really admire and appreciate all of my family, even though rejection has been kind of across the board unanimous, but that's okay. So what I want to do is try to address a few things, and today we're going to be talking about being memorable. And it's the funniest thing, being memorable. Sometimes our the dialogue within our heads can be so misleading and treacherous sometimes. I'll tell you, the dialogue within my head has language and cuss words that I would never verbalize, but yet it has them and uses them against me. And this inner dialogue that goes on in everyone's head can be very misleading and tell us not truths. And it doesn't have the ability to reason. It just spits out experiences and it keeps repeating them. And I want to tell you a little bit about some of the funny kind of experiences that I've had with my inner dialogue. I have at times. I've been traveling around here and there, and there are some places where I'm a regular, and they know me, you know. So when I walk in the door, they usually say hi to me. Okay, that's just fine. But there are some places where I've been to only once. And I'll give you an example. Like, I was traveling on a trip, and I decided I needed to get me a skinny mocha at Starbucks, and I pulled off, and I stopped at Starbucks. Well, you know, I was nice to the lady at Starbucks, and I think we talked a little bit, but nothing much. And she wrote my name on the cup and what I wanted, always a steaming hot skinny mocha, 2 pumps, 190 degrees, that sort of thing. But so that was it. I was traveling. I would never see that place again. But as luck would have it, about 6 months later, I ended up traveling the same route, and I remembered there was a Starbucks there. No big deal. But I walked into the Starbucks, and wouldn't you know it, from the behind the counter, they yell my name. "Hi, Roxy, where have you been?" And I just kind of shrunk back, and I just thought, oh, really? Am I that weird and freakish that you just can't get me out of your mind? Really? And that's my inner dialogue. Am I that weird and freakish? Oh gosh. And so, you know, all the time I go into stores and markets, and I go around town, and these people I don't know say, "Hi, Roxy," and I think, yes, I know, the freak is here. You know, and that's my inner dialogue. And I didn't accept what they were saying as nice. It was that I stood out in the crowd, and not in a good way. And and this has gone on for the last several years, and to the point where I just have to say, I just think to myself, oh please, can I just blend in sometimes? I know I don't help things, by having this out there, but it's really a personal decision. It's something that I know that makes me stand out a bit, but really it's just something I just don't want to give up. Anyways, and we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, sometimes I just wish that I could just be me and just blend in and have nobody notice me at all. Oh gosh, that would be a dream come true. But I was listening to a motivational speaker the other day by the name of Stephenson, and he is just the most charismatic, oh gosh, I love him. He's amazing to listen to. And he's this little guy. He stands not more than 3 feet tall. He was born with a very crippling disease. I can't remember the name, osteogenesis imperfecta or something like that. It's where the bones don't grow and they're brittle, like he could sneeze and break bones by sneezing. And so he is he's in a wheelchair, and that's what he has to deal with. Quite a lot of hurdles that he has to overcome, really. And I was listening to him, and he was telling about a story about a little girl that he had met. And I want to relay this story to you because it changed the way I thought of myself. And I hope that you'll like the story too. So I'm going to tell the story as Stephenson told it. And by the way, if you have some time, go look at some of his videos. They're really great. I love the guy. Anyways, so he was doing a self-help workshop, and there was a lady in the crowd with her daughter there. And they were, the lady was intently taking notes throughout the whole workshop. After the workshop, Sean usually goes and meets and greets everybody and talks to the crowd. And this lady just kind of zipped out the side door before he had a chance to talk with her. But he received a call later that night, and it was from that lady. And that lady introduced herself and said, she went to the seminar because she was hoping to find out a bit of information and just how do you do it, Sean, with your disabilities? How do you feel good about yourself? And how do you keep from criticizing yourself like all the other people do? She said, because my daughter, she was born with a birth defect, and her fingers are webbed together like a frog's hand. And they just make fun of her at school, and they call her weird and freakish. And she comes home every day crying from school. And I want to know, what can I do to help her and feel better about herself? And Sean said to the lady, well, is your daughter there? Can I talk to her? And the lady said, sure, and went and got her daughter. And the daughter came to the phone and just with the sheepish, most prettiest little voice said, hello. And Sean said, hi there, honey, how you doing? And she says, not too good. My hands are webbed together like frogs. People think I'm weird and a freak, and they don't like me. And Sean said, well, let me ask you this, honey. When people meet you, do they remember you? And the little girl said, yes. And Sean said, that doesn't make you weird or a freak. That makes you memorable. You're memorable, little girl. You're just memorable. You're not a freak. You're not weird. And she says, I'm memorable? And she dropped the phone and started running around the house yelling, I'm memorable. I'm memorable. And I thought about that. I thought, yeah, I'm not a freak. I'm not weird. I'm memorable. And I really felt good about that. And then after giving it some thought, I realized that that person in Starbucks that I only seen once was trying really hard to be nice to me. She, when she wrote down my name, at that moment she wrote down my name the first time she saw me. She told herself, I'm going to remember that lady, and I'm going to be nice to her because she's a pleasant, smiley, happy person. And that person that remembered me wasn't thinking I was a freak or weird. She was trying her best to show me kindness. And around town, when somebody that I don't recognize knows my name and says hi to me, they're really trying. And sometimes it could be difficult for them. And sometimes they do it in a somewhat awkward way. Granted, yeah, sometimes they don't do it in the best way. If they say, oh, there's that tall girl, I remember you from so-and-so, that's, okay, so, so they do it a bit awkward, but you know what? Nonetheless, they're trying to be really nice to you in their own way. And sometimes, like I said, it could come off a bit strange or a bit uncomfortable. And I just love that story. I'm memorable. And you're memorable too. You're memorable. You're not weird. You're not a freak. So don't let your inner dialogue go around telling you that. You're memorable. Anyways, that story felt good to me. And like I said, it's Sean Stephenson, and he's just amazing. And you really have to go see some of his videos. They're so great. And well, anyways, I won't go in anymore. I'm going to try to keep some of my videos a little shorter, so they load faster, and so they're not so much trouble to watch. So this has been Roxy Rose. I have so many videos to produce and to release to you, and I'm so excited. Some of the information that I want to relay to you is going to be so helpful, but I want to go really slow. Like today I mentioned a little bit about inner dialogue. It's a very complex situation that we really need to address, and we need to do it, and we need to take control of our inner dialogue, but in the most gentle way. And I'll explain how to do that later in the next video about handling and caring for your inner dialogue in a very parental manner, in a very judicial manner, but also a very loving and parental manner. We have to take care of our inner personalities and that inner dialogue like that. So I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But meanwhile, just enjoy this little story and remember that you are memorable. Isn't that a good feeling? You're memorable. This has been Roxy Rose, addressing some of the issues, transitioning late in life, and even if you're not transitioning, don't want to transition, or even if you just find this video entertaining, well, I'm glad, and I will see you on another video. And remember, Roxy Rose dearly loves all of you, and love yourself, most importantly. Please, love yourself. Bye-bye.